Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on a high-ranking member of the Latin Kings being arrested for the 6ix9ine beatdown with his own son. Tuesday,
That was crazy.
March 21st,
They did put hands on him.
2023. Palm Beach County
At least they
Sheriff's
didn't
responded
disappoint
to the
when they
LA
put their
Fitness
hands
in
on
Lake
him.
Worth,
You know,
Florida, after reports of an assault.
knocking him out
The
would have been
victim
better.
was identified
Okay,
as
we'll take it.
26-year-old Daniel Hernandez, who's more commonly known as the rapper 6ix9ine. He'd been working out and when finished, made his way to the gym's locker room, which was located towards the southwestern part of the facility. While inside the locker room, two Hispanic males can be seen on surveillance camera entering the gym. They were identified as 23-year-old Octavius Medina and 25-year-old Anthony Maldonado. Anthony can be seen walking up to the front desk and logging in as a member, while Octavius was joining him as a guest. Moments later, Octavius walks to the front entrance, appearing to be on the phone. He'd stay at the window before heading for the front door when he opened it for a man that's well known to law enforcement. 43-year-old Rafael Medina Jr., a documented Latin king who goes by the name King Leo, walked with his son straight to the locker room. Surveillance video would lose sight, and approximately 4 to 5 minutes later, all three men would exit the locker room. Octavius could be seen holding a white pair of sneakers, while the three men immediately exited the gym. The next person to exit the locker room was 6ix9ine, whose face was now bleeding, swelling, and bruising as he walked through the gym without sneakers. Palm Beach County deputies arrived on scene to assist 6ix9ine in the investigation. The 911 caller stated 6ix9ine was in obvious pain and told LA Fitness staff that the suspect stole his cell phone, sneakers, and the key to his Lamborghini Urus that was left in the parking lot. He'd be transported from the scene to the hospital where his injuries were treated and reported as non-life-threatening as he was later released. After the investigators reviewed all surveillance video and spoke with all staff witnesses, they made their way to 6ix9ine's residence for a sworn statement. Arriving at the gated community, they spoke with the security guard who said a tow truck transported 6ix9ine's Lamborghini back to his home. 6ix9ine had also told him he was afraid the suspects were going to locate his address and continue to hurt him. According to the probable cause affidavit, 6ix9ine spoke with the investigator multiple times since the attack, and 6ix9ine confirmed the suspect stole his white Balenciaga sneakers, his Lamborghini key fob, and his iPhone. At no time did he give them permission to take anything, and all items were forcibly taken with extreme violence. 6ix9ine then told investigators he was taken to Bethesda West Hospital and has noticeable scars from the incident. He continued to state he was scared due to the fact that the three attackers had continued to strike and kick him. Palm Beach County sheriffs would put out an alert through social media asking anyone with information to come forward, and someone would comment under the sheriff's post writing, "Zell me my reward," with a video of 6ix9ine being attacked by all three men. A second comment would go even further, posting an Instagram account of a man named Bullet Guzman, alleging he was the main attacker seen on video after he shared the video to his own Instagram story. It would later be determined he had nothing to do with the attack. According to the affidavit, the sheriff's department received several hundred anonymous tips, one of which identified the father-son duo. Another tip was received from a reliable confidential source who received a call from the father, Rafael Medina Jr., and he'd tell the confidential source he wanted to confess to the crimes he committed on video, stating he was wrong and was overwhelmed with anger. Investigators would note Rafael is a documented high-ranking member of the Latin Kings and has been for years. Just recently, gang unit detectives developed intelligence that Rafael is the Inca of the Palm Beach County chapter of the Latin Kings. The Inca is the first crown of a chapter and considered the president of that chapter. His criminal history would show he was sentenced to 120 months in prison after a Latin King federal gang RICO in the mid-2000s targeting drug distribution. Based on the investigation and the evidence presented, Along with Raphael wanting to confess his crime to law enforcement, investigators found probable cause to arrest all three men with the attack and robbery of Tekashi 6ix9ine. Only 9 days after the attack, all three men were placed in custody charged with second-degree robbery, punishable by up to 15 years in Florida State Prison, and first-degree misdemeanor battery, punishable by up to 1 year in jail.
15 years is crazy.
Bond was set for all three men.
That's bull.
Raphael's at $52,000 and the other two at $22,000.
Just get them battery charge,
Only
assault
having
charge.
to pay 10%. All three men can be expected to be released and have been issued a no-contact order, meaning they can have zero contact with 6ix9ine or each other pending the remainder of the case. 6ix9ine has since been seen in Cuba, dropped a Spanish song for his Latin fans, and addressed the situation through an Instagram post saying, "First time addressing the situation. For 2 years I've been walking around with no security. Not saying I promote that, but now you see I really never hid from anything. If you ever crossed my path or came to my house, you girls know who you are. You can tell the world Danny drives his own cars and be solo. You know how many of you people see me in real life by myself in gas stations, supermarkets, restaurants, etc. Anyway, what happened here was nothing but cowardly. I'm not mad this happened. In the streets there's no rules, so I can't say they were wrong. Obviously it wasn't fair, but again, the streets have no rules. Just imagine having nothing to do with the situation and feel obligated to make it your business. Very weird. I'm happy to be here still, and I want to say I love my fans. Thank you. P.S.
I don't know what they got to do with blood, but I think they like that.
When did that ever become a win? Now one can only assume when Raphael called a reliable confidential source, he was calling his lawyer, who then notified law enforcement. His client planned on turning himself in before sheriffs executed a search warrant on his house and forcibly took him in.
Went
but
all
small
through your
details
shit.
that have been left out by the mainstream media may have a huge effect in this case. The same day the three men were arrested, 6ix9ine would do a news interview with El Gordo y La Flaca, a Spanish news show based out of Miami. Although I can't play the actual video due to copyright issues, while speaking Spanish, 6ix9ine details how when he was fought to the ground, everything fell out of his pockets. He'd go on to say a random bystander in the locker room was the actual one that took
them type
his
of short, like you know when you're wearing shorts, they're not jeans. If you hit the ground, your phone, keys, everything do come out.
Who's apparently on video walking with 6ix9ine sneakers after the attack,
they robbed him
threw the sneakers before leaving the scene. Whether or not he confused them with his own Crocs that repeatedly came off during his Stomp the Yacht performance, it's debatable. But it's looking like the attackers may have a great shot at getting the robbery case thrown out, in which they'd be left facing a misdemeanor battery. The only item that's unaccounted for is the Lamborghini key fob, which they'd be able to argue one of the random bystanders took it, coinciding with what 6ix9ine said in his news interview.
I would have said, yeah, I don't got it.
Now I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I ain't got the key. We don't know.
To hit 6ix9ine in any way, you gotta be a little bit brave and you gotta be a little bit off.
You do.
Because you understand, touching that kid,
jail time.
You're gonna have a lot of eyes on you, a lot of attention on you. You know, it's like dude said in the video, I want to be famous. You got exactly what you asked for. A lot of people, a lot of rappers understood touching 6ix9ine is a crash out mission. You're gonna crash out. If you can accept the consequences that come with that, like, you know, getting a battery charge and facing up to a year in jail, cool. But the fact that something was taken from him now turns this into a robbery, punishable by up to 15 years. But this is where I feel like 6ix9ine may have messed up, maybe not. Maybe he wasn't trying to punish the dudes that attacked him, because he clarified on that news station it wasn't them that took his phone. All of his stuff fell out. Maybe he actually watched the dude that took his phone take it. He can't identify him, but he can identify the fact that it wasn't one of the attackers, which is going to benefit them in their case. Now, as far as what 6ix9ine said about getting jumped and it being unfair, to be honest with you, he got off light. It really doesn't hit the same because of the time period that this happened. If 6ix9ine got jumped like this back when he was dissing dead people and dissing people's gangs and being the villain, the portrayal of a villain that really boosted his career, if he got jumped back then, it would have hit 10 times
he had
harder,
security.
Literally. But because it happened so late, it doesn't really have the same effect. I'll say this though. What happened to him was minor compared to what I assume people wanted to do to him. Getting jumped, I mean, he's saying it's a cowardly thing, but the same gang that he was repping, you got to get jumped in. Damn near every single gang, you got to get jumped in. If you violate, if you need to get disciplined, you get jumped. This is just normal protocol, you know? You're supposed to get your ass whooped. It ain't supposed to be fair. It's supposed to hurt. And it's a whole lot better than getting jumped in prison when instead of punching you, they're hitting you with knives. So in that sense, he got off light. It just looks intense because a lot of people haven't seen someone getting flipped like that unless they've been incarcerated or in the streets. Now, is he wrong for feeling like he can go around without security? I mean, that's on him. He may feel like he's changed directions and he's been hanging out with different YouTubers that don't have the same street ties.
He's paying $1 million
a
year for security.
About the same thing.
But that is effective as hell. I can't tell
him what to do. I wouldn't tell him what to do. At the end of the day, what happened happened. I'm not happy about it. I don't really feel any way about it.
Yeah. One of them.
You know, if they felt like, hey, he a rat and we finna do this,
that's your life.
That's on them.
They
stuck to what they said they were gonna do. They did it. Yeah. And now they gotta face the consequences in the situation. But we're gonna see how this plays out. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. I may even be getting some videos from behind the scenes of the situation. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
6ix9ine, I ain't gonna cap. He's slow for real the whole time. But he got lucky though, for real. In this aspect, you know what I'm saying? He done did everything he did. And he lucky ain't nobody walk up in there ready to crash out on him. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to crash out anytime, y'all would have shot out the security and him. You know what I'm saying? When he was walking around in a little wagon and stuff. Remember that? It was crazy. But getting to the aspect as far as the gang, I just think it ain't no man I'm not about to let no nigga just jump me. And then we about to be talking and be cool. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you get a good one off or something like that. Like, well, I'm gonna remember that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to hurt you. Yeah, I don't know, I just don't be understanding. Yeah, ain't nobody, like, imagine disciplining and a bunch of niggas jump you. How do we be cool again? How we gonna be cool again? I mean, if that's the life people want, you feel me? I ain't judging nobody, but, man, I ain't about to let no nigga, I'm a grown ass man. No niggas about to just beat, man. Quit playing with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but man, y'all leave y'all comments down below what y'all thought about the video. You feel me? If y'all did like it, y'all leave a like, subscribe. I would appreciate that. Till next time.